Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Center for Cinephiles, where we talk about movies and movie-related things. Today's episode is going to be about the film Us. Jordan Peele's masterpiece, I think, is another masterpiece following his wildly successful first film, Get Out. Before I get into my review, I wanted to share something I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm perpetually excited about it. It happened almost a year ago now, and I'm still like super excited. So I was an extra on Us. This is my extras pass. You notice that here it's called Deep Cuts. That was the film's fake title. A lot like, for those of you who know the Star Wars trivia, Return of the Jedi, when it was being shot, it was called Blue Harvest. That was the fake title. So for all the nerds out there, Star Wars nerds, Blue Harvest, Deep Cuts. Anyway, it was really cool to be on the set. I made a lot of friends there, and the food there was good. But the best thing about it, though, was I got to see Jordan Peele up close and personal, getting ready for the day's shoot. It was really inspiring to see that. He looked like he was like a kid in a candy store. He was excited. And we hadn't even started shooting yet. We were getting ready for the morning shoot, and he was just, he was ready to go. That was really cool. So yeah, I just thought I would share that. I like to think that doesn't color my opinion of the film. I love the film, by the way. That was just to let you know that off top. Film was amazing. I loved it. So hopefully you don't think that colors my viewing, because I'd like to think that I would have enjoyed it without having been an extra on the set, because I love Get Out so much, and I just appreciate how Jordan Peele thinks when it comes to making these movies. Also, before I get into the review, I have to acknowledge a very special person who made it possible for me to be on the set in Santa Cruz. Phoenix Jones, you know what time it is. I love you. Thank you for sending me the message that led to the phone call, that led to me being on the set in Santa Cruz, because without that, I wouldn't have been there and I wouldn't have got to see Jordan Peele. So thank you for that. Now that all the formalities are out of the way, let's get into the review. Again, I really enjoyed this film. I don't know how many times I can say that. I don't know how, I don't know. I don't know anything else. So now that you know that, it just works on so many levels for me. I think I recently picked up the DVD about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, watched it, picked different scenes to watch and went through it. And after having read a lot of thought pieces on it, in the months following the release of the film in March, I think when it came out in theaters, and watching interviews and everything like that. After all of that, now I have the film at home, watching it at home, and enjoying it. And I think it's just a very well-made, beautifully shot, well-acted film. And it just works on so many levels. For one, the acting is just ridiculous. Rightfully, a lot of the attention is going to Lupita Nyong'o, because she's such a powerhouse in this film, and how she occupies both roles of Red and Adelaide. She really just kills it. She kills it, and it would be really a shame if she didn't even get nominated for an Academy Award. Daniel Kaluuya was nominated for Get Out. I feel like she should at least get a nomination for this, for her role in that. That would be ridiculous if she didn't, to me. I think this ridiculous. She was good, but everyone else was good too. The music was fantastic. The score was really well done. I think there's tons of symbolism, and it requires obviously multiple viewings to at least get a handle on what's going on. And you might have to do some Googling and finding out what certain things mean and what references are, what you think references are. One thing I was disappointed about with the DVD was that there wasn't any audio commentary. I was really upset by that, because the commentary for Get Out was so good. It was like being in a class, and Jordan Peele was the professor. He was breaking down all these different things and what things meant and what the shots and what was referenced here and this and that. And you don't get that in Us, so that's a little disappointing. But I'll say that having watched the commentary for Get Out, it gives you a good indicator for how Jordan Peele thinks. I think there's something cool about not having the commentary. When I watched the movie in theaters, I think I watched it a couple times in theaters, having an understanding of how Jordan Peele thinks can give you insight into what certain things in us means, what certain motifs mean, what certain images mean, without having everything explained in a commentary. There's something that's positive about having something maintain its mystery. And there's more than enough stuff in this film that for whatever is explained in commentaries and in interviews, whatever it is, there's a whole bunch more stuff that's not explained. And that's cool. So kudos to Jordan Peele for that, for infusing his horror, social thriller with meaning and just richness. And it's not a run-of-the-mill horror film, which I appreciate. I appreciate the kinds of films he's making. He's already proven that he knows how to tell a story, which is already hard. Telling a story is hard. But telling a story also that has so many layers and that can be viewed multiple times through various lenses is, I can't imagine, that's a ridiculous task. And yet he seems to know what he's doing. I think if you had any question about whether or not he could do it after Get Out, to me, silences those questions. And so now all that's left is just you're just excited about what comes next. Yeah, he's busy doing Twilight Zone and he's doing, what I think Weird City or whatever that other show he's doing on YouTube. The man's busy. But when he gets back to doing his original stuff, his own original stuff, that's the more exciting situation to look forward to, because that's going to be something. Whatever it is, good or bad, right or wrong, he's going to drop some serious themes on that stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. What else can I say? The music. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about I Got Five on It. It works really well for this movie, like ridiculously well. One thing I thought about though was if you know where I Got Five on It came from, the original song for that, Why You Treat Me So Bad, was an 80s song. And if you watch the credits, you'll see it listed in the credits. I wondered why that wasn't, because the motif is like the melody is the same. Like there's the that's the same. Why wasn't that the 80s version used in the first part of the film when it's set in the 1980s? And then I Got Five on It could be used in the present day situation. I thought that would have been cool to have that. Why is there no reference of Why You Treat Me So Bad? What's going on with that? The other thing I thought was cool about Why You Treat Me So Bad in the context of us, and this is something I may do another video on, or I may write about. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with that. But Why You Treat Me So Bad seemed like a really good analogy for the story being told in us, particularly with the relationship between Adelaide and Red. Just think of the line, Why You Treat Me So Bad. That feels, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But Why You Treat Me So Bad could easily be the emotional place where Red is coming from in conversations with Adelaide. Like, why have you treated me so badly? You didn't even take me with you. You didn't do like all these different things. That there's layers to that. Even that song could have been, I think, just the line in some way. I don't know. I thought it would have been cool to have it referenced in some way, because I think that's really cool. If you don't know that song, do look it up. It's actually pretty cool. I like it just as much as I Got Five on It. So check that out when you get a chance to do that. I think the writing was just well done. Like it feels like just like the script for Get Out. Every line, everything means something. It's just like it's a very smart script, smartly written, very just like a rich, dense script. And it's not that much longer than Get Out, and it is, but in some ways it feels it's more expansive than Get Out, because it does two things. Where Get Out was a more compact story taking place, mostly within one house over the course of a weekend. Us, similarly, and not so similarly, it's very intimate, taking place over the course of like a night, like a day and night, like over the course of a 24-hour period, with the exception of the prologue, the beginning of the film, where when Adelaide is a child. Everything after that is literally it's like a 24-hour-ish period, really compact time period. So it's intimate in that it deals with this one family against this other version of themselves, that other family, and that's the whole thing. But when you start seeing how expansive it is, because the knowledge, the backdrop is that what's happening to Adelaide and her family is also happening to everyone else in the United States that we know of. So that makes it more expansive, and that when you start thinking about the layering and the subtext of the story of it, then it starts to you start to feel the weight. It has a lot of weight in a different way that Get Out did, and it was just and how do you execute that? And I don't know how Jordan Peele did that. It's ridiculous. You're making two movies. I think that's weird to say, but when you look at it, it's like it's two movies. I think Get Out's like that too. You can watch it from two perspectives, from Chris's perspective and then from Rose's perspective. Or knowing what you know, once you watch the film, you can watch it and see the different Easter eggs that are being placed for you to figure out what's going on. Likewise, you can watch the movie when you see the movie for the first time, you're coming from Adelaide's perspective. At the end, you are brought in on the true intentions of Red, and you understand her through line. You watch it again from Red's perspective, and it's a whole other thing. It feels like a different situation. And yet, you're watching mirror images of stuff happening on these parallel trajectories. And then you see where they meet. Just really well done. I don't know, I really enjoyed the film. I don't know what else I can say. I think I'm probably going to do another video at some point on other aspects of the film. There's just so much stuff to talk about, so much stuff to get into. That said, I'm going to leave it there. All in all, give the film 10 out of 10. That's right, I said 10 out of 10. Jordan Peele knocked out of the park for a second time. I think you got two films. In my book, you got two films, that are just gold standard. I'm looking forward to the next situation. Bring it on. I want to know what you guys think. You likely have already commented on another video somewhere about this film, but do let me know what you think. I'd love to talk about that with you. So thank you for joining me and taking the time to watch this video. Come on back. I'll be back later with another video at some point. In the meantime, though, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.